And of course, if you wanted to go for a flight today, no problem. Fantastic visibility, I would imagine.
Yeah, beautiful day today. 18 degrees is our high. We have a couple things to talk about for your weekend. I'm going to make sure you're prepared, but for some communities, wet snow is in the forecast. We'll talk more about that in just a second, but for now, look at this. Let's enjoy the good stuff that's here, the brightness, the warmth. Not that snow is terrible, you know, it's just the wet snow's not that nice. Okay, 18 degrees is the temperature at the airport. Winds at this point relatively calm. Your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit 5thavvw.com. And because of the cold front that's swiping through for tonight, the winds are going to pick up. So by 6 o'clock tonight, you'll notice the winds starting to increase up to 40 kilometers per hour at times. And then tomorrow, we have a good chance of rain. In fact, we could see about 10 millimeters in the city in total. All right, let's advance this. That's the cold front that's swiping through. It's going to usher in a much cooler air mass, which means even in Calgary, we have the chance tomorrow night of a rain and wet snow mix. I'll talk more about that coming up.
Okay, Danielle, it sounds like we have to make some wardrobe choices this weekend. We may be moving into the sweaters and the hoodies, perhaps even a winter jacket?
Yeah, maybe not the thickest winter jacket, but some sort of jacket that's a bit thicker than a hoodie.
Okay.
I mean, we've been spoiled, right? The only thing we had to make so far, the only decision we had to make was basically wear the hoodie for the morning. We don't need it in the afternoon. It's going to change this weekend. All right, we have some clouds that have pushed their way in, but overall, it's been a beautiful day. We are 18 in the city. 15 is what's normal for this time of year, so we're a little above normal. It's been a really nice, calm day, just a little on the breezy side at times. 20 is the temperature in Drumheller and Brooks, 19 in Medicine Hat and Lethbridge, 16 in Pincher Creek. So warm overall. We've had a bit of a breezy day, closer to 30 in Medicine Hat, 31 in Lethbridge, just over 50 in Pincher Creek, and just over 40 in Calgary. We're looking at 40 to 50 kilometer per hour gusts for tomorrow. The difference tomorrow is it will be out of the north. So this is a warm wind out of the west. It'll be that chilly wind out of the north. We're also combining that with cloud cover, showers. Okay, well, here's that cold front that's going to be swiping through tonight, and that's going to usher in a much cooler air mass, and that air mass is here to stay for the weekend. So as this moves in, it's going to create that little bit of instability as well. So we're looking at some pop-up showers because of this. Even for tonight and tomorrow along the mountains, there may be some thunderstorm activity. As we get into tomorrow though, and as that cooler air starts to push on in behind this, we're looking at snow. So snow will start Saturday morning up in Grand Prairie, down through the higher elevations, Lake Louise, for example. But then I want to advance this to show you what happens for us. So Saturday, it's a rain event, down QE2, down Highway 2. But later, as the temperatures drop, because Saturday night in the city, for example, we will dip to that freezing mark or just below it. It looks like we're going to get potentially a rain and wet snow mix. This is the potential even into the Lethbridge area as well, and for all areas off to the west. Most of that snow, that consistent snowfall, will be at higher elevations, so 2,000 meters and up. All right, and then clears out for Sunday. So Sunday is dry, bright, but colder. So looking at the longer range forecast, 11 degrees for tomorrow, and yes, rain for the day. It won't be an all-day rain event, but we are looking at on and off rain. We could pick up about 10 millimeters in localized areas of the city, but we'll also get some sunny breaks at times. And then we transition to rain mixed in with some wet snow as we dip to about -1, -2 Saturday night. Okay, the Saturday, brighter. The system clears out, but the cooler air remains, so just a high of 8 on Sunday. If you like the 20s, don't worry, we're not done with that yet. We're looking at daytime highs around that 20 mark for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
Well, if you have outdoor chores to do, it's probably best to do them, I would say, early on Saturday.
Yeah, it might be raining a little in the morning.
Even then?
Even then. Let's do them now.
Okay, sure.
If you're not on this show and you're home, you might want to do them now because it's 18 degrees, and you can see the live shot behind the graphic here. It's mainly sunny. We do have cloudy periods in some spots, but it's 18 degrees. It's quite a nice day. The winds at this point are relatively calm, but they are going to start picking up within this next hour and gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. Now, for the rest of today, gusting 40 kilometers per hour out of the west, but tomorrow it will be out of the north. So that'll be a cold wind, just a high of 11 degrees. In the rain, on and off rain is possible in the day. On and off rain is possible throughout the day. And then overnight, rain potentially mixed in with some wet snow. By Sunday, it stabilizes. We'll get some sunshine, but by then, just a high of 8 degrees.
Also in Calgary, several album release parties are being thrown tonight, including at Cowboys, Ranchman's, and Dickens Pub. Well, it is a beautiful evening. Danielle's outside tonight. It's going to start feeling like fall very soon, though.
Yes, so if you're going to any of those Taylor Swift parties, enjoy it because it's quiet for tonight for the most part. The winds are starting to pick up a little bit, and if you look towards the northwest, you can see some clouds starting to move their way in. That's certainly a sign of things to come because that's a cold front that's going to be swiping through. Oh, look at that, and we just dropped a degree. We will drop many degrees as we go through these next couple of days, so the weekend will be a chilly one. Now, just to look at tomorrow in general, you can expect on and off showers. We could in fact pick up about 10 millimeters of rain in total throughout the day tomorrow in localized areas of the city. The winds will pick up out of the north tomorrow, so it'll be a chilly wind gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. We're only looking at a high of 11, and by tomorrow night we could have some wet snow mixed in with this as well. We'll talk more about that just ahead. Tara.
All right, there are a lot of people still with flowers out, planters on their step and things. We might have to cover those this weekend.
That's a good point. Yes, cover them, take them in if you can, because we will be dipping below the freezing mark tomorrow night. That's why we may even see some of the S word, a little bit of wet snow mixed in with the rain, even in the city. Okay, far cry from today. Today we got up to 18 degrees in the city. It's 17 right now. We got into the 20s in Brooks and Drumheller and Medicine Hat. Now in those higher teens at this point as things start to slowly cool for the evening. The winds are starting to pick up. Now the key thing about the winds today is they were out of the west. That's a warmer wind. Just over 40 kilometers per hour in Calgary, 30 in Lethbridge, mid-50s for Pincher Creek. But these will pick up again tomorrow, and they will be out of the north. And that north wind is a chillier wind, of course. All signs of all these changes to come. So chillier wind, more cloud cover, rain possible, and then in some communities, wet snow mixed in with that. I'm going to show you that on the hour by hour in just a second. But right now you can say, well, we're kind of on a break, but this is the cold front that's on its way in, and we already have the clouds starting to make their way into the northwest end of the city, and then this is going to spark up that instability as well. So showers possible tomorrow, on and off rain. We may see some sunny breaks in the city tomorrow, but this is what we're looking at. On and off rain. It could result in about 10 millimeters of rain in Calgary and for some communities down Highway 2 as well, even Lethbridge. But check this out. You can see the snow start to make its way down. So by tomorrow night, as we start to get to that freezing mark, this will switch into a rain-snow mix. That could even creep into the city as well, as you can see by this forecast model right here. And then also into the Lethbridge area. And of course, areas off to the west and higher elevations will definitely see a little more consistent wet snow with this. So it's a game changer for sure. And even though that clears out for Sunday, and while we're looking at sunshine for Sunday, we are looking at that cool air sticking around. So it will be a cooler day with a daytime high in the single digits. Here's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. Just 11 degrees is our high for tomorrow. A good amount of cloud cover, a cool wind gusting at 40 kilometers per hour to the north, and on and off rain is certainly likely. Then as we dip closer to that freezing mark in the night hours, we will likely get a rain and wet snow mix in the city, and then 8 degrees is our high for Sunday. Yes, it will be brighter, but certainly cool.
I hope that people enjoy it and learn something new.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.
That is really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, we told you earlier this week that the Toronto Raptors were in Calgary. They have a 4-day training camp at the U of C. You can't come to Calgary without visiting the Rockies.
Right.
I know we're going to Banff.
Banff. We're here to see nature.
Yep, the team enjoyed a trip to Banff and Lake Louise. It was definitely the first trip to the mountain park for many of these players. I'm also going to guess by the footage you're about to see, it was the first time in a canoe for a lot of them. They could barely fit those big long legs in those canoes. But it looks like they had a really good time.
Lots of smiling faces for sure.
Yes.
How can you not love the mountains, right?
One of the most beautiful places in the world. I think they thought it was fantastic. I'm so glad they could get out there. That's cool. Well, how would you react if you saw this the next time you were at the grocery store? Just watch closely because that's a bear. It surprised shoppers at a store in Arizona. It apparently just walked right in the front door, ran around inside for a few minutes, and then made a break for it. Shoppers say it didn't actually do much damage, though.
I was just wondering if it got what it wanted to pick up.
Yeah. Fish.
What are the store for,
It was
you know?
in the fish aisle.
He got some
I'll take that salmon, please.
And some Halloween candy, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, it's always nice to get lost in a good book, but sometimes what you read doesn't really make sense.
She smiled at him with her lower teeth.
How do you smile with your lower teeth?
She smiled
We're
at
all doing that right
She's
now.
right. It's not very attractive. No. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look great. No. Well,
Oh, Skywatch weather camera. Depending on which way you look, you see different things. Looking towards the north and northwest, you see the clouds starting to creep in. If you look towards the south, you still see some bright blue sky. The clouds moving in, that's a sign of this change to come. This is a very different weekend, and I want to make sure you're prepared for it because there's a couple things you definitely need to know. 17 degrees is the current temperature. Today's high was 18. So far this month of fall has been, well, quite toasty. Just like highs at 18 degrees and 20 degrees and well above normal. We've pushed all our really warm air off to the east, though, as you can see here. So 27 in Winnipeg for the high today, 23 in Thunder Bay, mid-20s for Toronto and through Ottawa, and lower 20s Montreal and Fredericton. We're doing okay temperature-wise, and this is all going to change. So we've had a nice wind out of the west today. Tomorrow will be out of the north. That'll be a cooler wind. This cold front is starting to already sweep through, so the clouds are already creeping into parts of Calgary. And then we have the potential between 8 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. of isolated showers in the city. And then this is going to usher in a much cooler air mass that you will certainly notice for the weekend. So let's start off with just Saturday. This is your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right here, it's free. And you can see the shift in winds. We're switching to the northwest tonight and then out of the north for tomorrow, gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. Just a high of 11 tomorrow. And throughout the day, you have those on and off showers. For Kelowna, 16 and mainly cloudy. Golden may even see some thunderstorm activity. Rocky Mountain House as well. And then you're looking at a high of 9 for Olds tomorrow, 14 for Drumheller. Temperatures a little all over the place tomorrow. Lethbridge 11 and Medicine Hat 15. By the time we get into Sunday, we even have the potential of just a high around 9 degrees.
That's huge. That's a great story. Thanks, Glenn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, cool weekend ahead.
Yep. Maybe, I mean, if you don't like wet snow, it might not be awesome for you, but it is October. So tomorrow throughout the day, on and off rain. We may pick up to 10 millimeters. And then tomorrow night, as we dip below the freezing mark, we will likely get some wet snow mixed in with that. Tara's face, like she's not that happy with this right now, I don't think.
She has said a few things.
I'm looking over and there's like a bit of displeasure. Okay, then Sunday, 8 degrees. So the cold weather will stick around, but at least it will be brighter by then. And if you like the 20s, don't worry. Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we'll get close to that range once again. So we're not done with the warmth, but it's not going to be warm this weekend. Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And Denise Jasmine wanted to send us a reminder of October 2nd near Olds in 2018.
I better not see that this weekend.
No.
No, it won't be that bad. Well, here anyway.
Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening.